You open your 401k statement on a random Tuesday afternoon. You haven't changed your contribution percentage in 2 years. You're still putting in the same amount every paycheck. Nothing fancy, nothing aggressive. But something looks different. You scroll back through your pay stubs. You only contributed $800. Where did the other $3,400 come from? You stare at the screen. It feels like finding money in a coat pocket you forgot about. Except this coat has been quietly working a second job while you slept. And here's the part that almost no one tells you. There's an exact age when this starts happening. When your money stops being polite and starts working overtime. When compound interest stops being a nice theory in a finance book and becomes the loudest voice in your retirement account. And here's what I eventually figured out. Most people quit right before the magic starts. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not some trust fund kid who retired at 30. I'm someone who spent my late 20s Googling, am I too behind on retirement at 11 p.m. and feeling sick about it. I opened my first Roth IRA at 32, not 22, not fresh out of college with a color-coded spreadsheet, 32. But once I actually understood when compound interest starts working overtime, everything clicked. Let me introduce you to two people, Jessica and Mark, both 35 years old, both living in Ohio, both making about $65,000 a year. Jessica starts contributing to her 401k lax at 35. She puts in $400 a month. Her employer matches 3%. Nothing crazy. She just stays consistent. Mark waits. He's got student loans. He wants to buy a house first. He's got reasons, good reasons. He finally starts at 45. Same contribution, $400 a month, same employer match. 10-year difference. But here's what most people miss. It's not really about those 10 years. It's about what happens after age 55. That's when the snowball, our metaphor for this whole journey, stops being something you push and starts rolling downhill on its own. Here's how compound interest actually works in the real world. For the first 10-15 years, it feels like nothing. You're contributing. Your employer is matching. The market goes up, goes down, goes sideways. You check your balance and think, cool, I have 47,000 bahts. It feels like a savings account with extra steps. But somewhere between age 50 and 55, if you started in your mid-30s, something flips. The growth you didn't contribute starts outpacing what you put in. Your money makes more money than your paycheck does. According to Fidelity's 2023 retirement analysis, the average 401k balance for Americans in their 40s is around $93,000. But for those in their 50s, it jumps to $160,000. That's not just because they contributed more. It's because the snowball hit the steep part of the hill. So when exactly does compound interest start working overtime? The honest answer, it depends on when you started. But here's the pattern. If you start at 25, compound interest becomes the bigger force around age 50. If you start at 35, it kicks into overdrive around age 55, 57. If you start at 45, you hit momentum around 62, 65, right when you might need to retire. Let that sink in. The magic isn't in year 1 or year 5 or even year 10. It's in the back half. The part most people never see because they either quit, pause, or never start. Jessica, our 35-year-old from Ohio, hits age 55. She's been contributing $400 a month for 20 years. With her employer match and average 7% market growth, her balance is around $348,000. But here's the wild part. Between age 55 and 65, even if she changes nothing, her account grows by approximately $18,000 to $22,000 per year from compounding alone. She's still contributing her $400 a month, but the market growth on her existing balance is now doing most of the heavy lifting. Mark, who started at 45, has about $110,000 at age 55. Same contributions, same effort, same discipline, but his snowball is smaller. It hasn't hit the steep slope yet. This is the part that made me angry when I first learned it. It feels unfair that the first 15 years of saving matter so much more than the last 15. You think effort should count the same no matter when you do it. But compound interest doesn't care about fairness. It cares about time. Here's the math. $10,000 invested at age 30 with 7% average annual return becomes about $76,000 by age 60. That same $10,000 invested at age 45 becomes about $28,000 by age 60. Same money, same return. Different timeline. The 15-year head start doesn't give you double the result. It gives you nearly triple. Think about that for a moment. Let's follow Jessica's actual journey, year by year. Age 35, monthly contribution is $400. Employer match is about $120. Total annual is about $6,240. Account balance is $6,700. She feels like she's barely moving. Account balance is around $43,000. Annual growth from compounding is about $2,400. Okay, something's happening, but it still feels slow. Age 45, account balance is around $95,000. Annual growth from compounding is about $5,800. Now she's noticing the growth is almost matching her annual contributions. Age 50, account balance is around $168,000. Annual growth from compounding is about $11,000. Wait, her contributions are $6,240 a year, but her account grew by $17,000 total last year. The compounding contributed more than she did. Age 55, account balance is around $270,000. Annual growth from compounding is about $18,000. The snowball is now rolling downhill fast. Age 60, account balance is around $410,000. Annual growth from compounding is about $28,000. Her money is earning more in 1 year than she made in 6 months of actual salary early in her career. Age 65, account balance is around $615,000. Read that again. She contributed about $187,000 total over 30 years. The market turned it into $615,000. That extra $400,000 and $180,000, that's compound interest, working overtime. Here's what nobody talks about. If you're 50 and you're just starting, you've missed the primo compound interest window. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You won't get the exponential snowball effect that someone who started at 30 gets. But here's the thing. Everyone gets wrong. You're not trying to match their outcome. You're trying to fund your retirement. And that's still absolutely doable. You just can't use the same strategy. Someone starting at 50 can't contribute $400 a month and expect $600,000 at 65, but they can contribute $1,200 a month and get to $280,000, $320,000. Add in Social Security average benefit is about $1,827 a month as of 2024, and suddenly you've got a retirement plan. Is it harder? Yes. Does it require bigger sacrifices? Absolutely. But the game isn't over. The rules just changed. But how do you actually survive the slow years? The years when you're contributing $500 a month and your balance barely moves. When you're 38 and you have $32,000 saved and it feels like you'll never get to $500,000. I think the honest answer is this. You have to emotionally disconnect from the balance. Check it twice a year, not twice a week. In the early years, your behavior matters more than your balance. The consistency is building the foundation for the overtime shift that happens later. You have to reframe what behind means. According to the Employee Benefit Research Institute, nearly 40% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. If you have $30,000 in your 401k at age 40, you're not behind. You're ahead of nearly half the country. And more importantly, you're in the game. You have to trust the invisible part. The snowball doesn't look like it's speeding up while you're pushing it uphill. But every dollar you add makes the downhill phase faster. You won't feel it at 36, or 42, or even 48. But at 56, you look back and realize the whole mountain shifted. Let me speak to 3 groups directly. If you're in your 30s or early 40s, you're in the golden window. You might not feel rich. Your 401k might look pathetic right now. But you have the one thing money can't buy, time. Your one job is to stay consistent. Don't stop. Don't pause. Don't convince yourself you'll catch up later, because later is when compound interest works overtime, but only if you fed it during the slow years. One action step: increase your 401 contribution by just 1% right now. You won't feel it in your paycheck, but your 55-year-old self will feel it in the growth rate. One mindset shift: stop comparing your balance to the finish line. Compare your consistency to your past self. If you're in your 50s, you're either about to hit the acceleration phase, or you're realizing you started late. If you started in your 30s, this is your victory lap. Your money is about to do things that feel like cheat codes. Don't pull out. Don't get conservative too early. Let the compounding finish the job. If you're just starting now, your strategy is different. Maximize contributions. Delay Social Security if possible until age 70 for the 24% benefit boost, and plan to work until 67, 68. It's not the same path, but it's still a path. One action step: run a retirement calculator this week, face the number, then build a plan around reality, not shame. One mindset shift: the best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is today, and today still gets you 10, 15 years of compounding. If you're in your 60s or starting late, you won't get the 30-year compounding snowball, but you can still build a 10-year plan. Max out catch-up contributions if you can. 7,500 extra per year in your 401k if you're over 50. Consider a Roth IRA for tax-free growth. Delay Social Security to 70 if your health allows. And here's the truth: no one says. Many people in their 60s are healthier, sharper, and more energetic than any previous generation. Working part-time until 68 isn't failure, it's strategy. One action step: talk to a fee. Only fiduciary financial planner. One session. Get a real plan. One mindset shift: retirement isn't pass-fail, it's a spectrum. You're building the best version available to you right now. The snowball doesn't care when you started rolling it. It just responds to gravity and momentum. Some people get a 30-year hill. Some get 15. Some get 10. But every single one of them has a hill. Compound interest working overtime isn't something that happens to lucky people. It's something that happens to consistent people who stayed in long enough to see it. The exact age when it starts working for you depends entirely on when you started pushing. But the beautiful part? It always starts working eventually. You just have to still be there when it does. If this clicks something into place for you, consider subscribing. I break down retirement, 401ks, Roth IRAs, and Social Security in ways that actually make sense. No jargon, no sales pitch, just someone who figured it out the hard way and wants to save you some stress. Thanks for watching.